What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. Yeah, I know, folks, you're saying, hey, man, Chris, it's been a while where you've been. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You know, it's like everybody else. You know, you worked a hard day, you come home. First mistake I make, sitting on the recliner. Put on some nice relaxing music, out like a light. Wake up, grab something to eat for dinner, and then you're tired, you don't want to do anything after that. Well, I decided to get back out of that slump. You know, because you're thinking about, gee, I want to get back into what I enjoy doing, right? And I also want to get back into these podcasts with you folks because I enjoy talking and having a good time with everybody, right? So we're going to get back into that. I know I said that before, but we're going to do that. Now, the photo we're going to check out today is really interesting. It's from High Jump, Antarctica, or the Secret Land. If you haven't watched that video, check it out. I think you'll like it. It's on YouTube. And they talk about how the Army built bases underground. And now there is a reason they were trying to, stop any enemies coming from, over the poles to other countries and things like that. But if you check this out, we're going to get into this in a minute. It had to do with Admiral Byrd. Now, Admiral Byrd, if you know anything about Admiral Byrd, he was doing what? He flew his own plane over that area, found green, lush land, and supposedly flew into this cave-type thing, seeing other civilizations there. But I think there's much more to that. Let's get into this, and let's analyze this a little bit more. Now, the photo we're going to look at, for some reason, I can't even find it online. This was given to me by our good friends Julia and Sarah some time ago, and I had put it on my external hard drive, and I have it with other photos, and we're going to get into those too. So we're going to get into this, and I think you guys are going to go, wait a minute, what's up with the photo? Why does it look so just a mess? And like I said, let's just get into it, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. All right, you can see right here, Operation High Jump, and you can see Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd, again, talks about how he flew a plane up there. Pretty cool, right? Now, it was called Task Force 68, included 4,700 men, 70 ships, and 33 aircraft. That's insane, folks. That is just crazy. Now, you can see the High Jump's objectives. One of them is pretty interesting. It's amplifying existing stores of knowledge of electromagnetic, geological, geographic, hydrographic, and meteorological propagation conditions in the area. Now, you'll get both pages. I've got this one right here. It talks about the Secret Land. Again, that's a video. You can look it up on YouTube. Pretty interesting. Now, this went on from, I believe, 46 to 47. Yeah, 46, and it ended in late February 1947. Now, it seemed like a big undertaking for just a simple base. Now, I guess if you want to build a base quickly and efficiently, just all at once, that would probably be the thing to do, right? Okay. You can see right here, it's got timelines. Right here, 1946, 1947. But a lot of it is a snow job as far as I'm concerned. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. Let's just get right into the photo. Okay, you can see it's stamped 93. Now, I tried to find this photo, and for some reason, I could not find it. So when I look at this photo, I look at this and I go, why is this such a mess? Let's have a closer look. That looks like a complete mess to me. I don't even know what this is, half of this, right here on the left-hand side. In the white area, you can see this weird stuff over here. We can go over to here, over here on the right-hand side, and you'll see this much better once we brighten this up. What I think is funny how they try to use these whited areas like it's snow. This is not snow, folks. Let me just zoom into this. And you're going to want to pay close attention to this. I'm going to zoom into this. This area alone, just under this white piece, right? If you look at this, it looks like some kind of shadowed out structure. And when we bring this up, you're going to go, wow, that's just cool. Because guess what? They are structures. Now, this goes further than this, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Folks, notice the blurring. We can see it right here. Now, the way this comes down, it's patchy. You can see this. Okay? The other side is, you can see how it does this from left to right, just in that area. Now, check this out. Notice how you can still see the white inside this blurred out area. It's like it's almost like using just like a marker and just scribbling it out, right? Same thing on this side, inside these lines. You can see what looks like these whited areas, but yet you can see them a little bit better outside, left and right of these lines. What is it? What are we looking at? Well, this is not landscape. Well, it's landscape, but there's structures involved. Let's just brighten it up and have a better look, okay? Now, you can start to notice it right here You can see this here. Now, what we need to do is actually add some dark areas to the areas that are already darkened, so we can get rid of some of this blurred out area and maybe pop these objects out, right? Let's do that. I'm going to just back up a little bit so we can take a better look. And don't think for a moment, folks, that there's nothing in here. This is craziness right here. You can see all of this right here. Oh, it's such a mess. There's so much in here, it's not even funny. Now, when we get into this, now you can see that blurring much better. You can see areas like this here, where this brighter area is. And we can see the other area where we have this blurring. I'm going to go from side to side and zigzag, but you can see that, all that blurred out area. And yet you can see the whited objects in or behind this blurring. Okay? Let's keep going. I try to bring down this super whited area. This is not ice or snow. You can see right here. Let's just back up because this area down here in the bottom is pretty cool. You can see there's other objects or something in this area down here. Just look at the, oh my God, just the amount of censoring going on is absolutely crazy, right? You can see the borderline or the line, it's almost a fine line to be honest with you, right here, and all the way to the right is completely like they added like their own compression artifacts, right? Okay. Also, I want you to notice, if you haven't already noticed it, I was talking about this piece here, which it looks like a V. If you turn your head to the right, it looks like this V. Well, let me go back to this a minute. Did you notice the other structure that looks like a square right here? There's a square object here, folks. So let's bring the brightness back up. Back out just a hair bit, not much. Bring a little bit more darker area. And notice you can start to see other pieces now. Other structure-like objects that are level or they're near each other. Some are just taller. You can start to see this a little bit more. I think there's multiple things here. I don't think this is one shape. I believe there's other things here as well. You can see that. And again, notice how we've got what looks like things on top of each other. Let's keep going. Again, let's bring down some of the brighted areas. See if we can bring anything out. We'll keep going. Bring down the background. Also take note of all the stuff in the back here, to the left and on top. Now zoom into that. There's so much in this photo, it's not even funny. It's crazy how much is actually hidden in here. I bring the background down just a little bit. The background seems to have some crazy stuff. If you look right here, you can see that I'm just going to go over this line where it looks like it's a termination line from the bottom. So you've got up here is like completely been censored out. But look below there, it looks like these structures are just below that yellow line. All right, so anything that's got a whiter signature, let's bring it up. Okay, notice how these things are starting to pop. Now we wanted to go through the blur if we could, so that you can see the whole object. And that's the key to it. Over here to the left, try to do the same. So anything that was white, had a white signature or a brighter signature, we could bring that out better, right? Try to bring down the areas over here on the left and down to the bottom. You can see what looks like a structure right here. Left, almost to the bottom. Looks like there's something there with some kind of shape, like almost like you can see the 90-degree corner here on the bottom right of it, inside that circle. There's much more in here, folks. And here's the funny part. Like I said, here's the question I was asking in the beginning. Who takes a photo of that? Because clearly it was some kind of, you know, of interest, so they clearly want to take a photo of it. Why does it look this bad? Censored out. Completely manipulated. It looks awful, to be honest with you. But once you bring this stuff up, you can see what looks like a bunch of structures. Now, I don't know truly if this whole area right here in the middle is actually ice or not. What I mean by that, if you look to the left of that X, you can see what looks like structures on this, almost like this shoreline, if you will. Now, I don't know what that is. But I can almost bet you they're structures, okay? Now, check this out in the bottom. We have this right here, halfway up to the right. right here in this circle. Again, we have a bunch of blur on it. But check this one out here, almost near the bottom, in the middle. Check this little shape out right here. And it's not little, but right there in the middle of the screen. I'm going to bring this up. We've got that. A lighter piece right here, right next to it to the right. It looks like it's connected to it. And we're going to go up here to this other one here. You can see the blurring they tried, and then part of it's crystal clear. Surprise, surprise, right? But there's much more in these photos, folks. This is all structural. You can see there's weird shapes right here. And again, what do? They try to bring it down and take it completely out of the picture by putting this, what I call artificial compression artifacts. But there's much, much more in here. This background is just wild to me because of the stuff that's in it. This, to me, screams intelligently made, and they're trying to hide it from the people. I'm going to bring it like this here. Have a good look from right to left. Now, again, we can't bring out all of this, but you can see it like right here. I'm going to put a small X right here. This area right here, you can see the fuzzy area, and then you can see the crystal clear or non-centered out white piece, but you can see it going into or under the blur. That's the key. Take out half of it, you're none the wiser. You don't have a clue what this stuff is. And you will never put, piece it together as that's a structure. You would never think of that in a million years. Back up. Have another one here, which I went through. Try to bring it out a different way. You can still see what looks like layered or structures surrounded by other structures sitting plain sight. Although they did center it so that you and I can't see it. And you can see this one still right here. Middle of the screen. Right there. You can still see that. It's absolutely crazy to me, folks. That is just awesome. Again, I would not take a photo of anything that's of any value and make it look like that, because clearly you're going to want the best picture you can possibly get. However, if you're trying to hide what's in the photo, it's going to end up looking like this. Again, we can look at this area right here. It's mind-blowing that they think if these get out, which clearly it did, because somebody got it. I said my good friends Sarah as well as Julia got this and gave me these photos. But just this area alone, what are we looking at in this mess? This is the reason why I believe that all this white area in the center is not ice. I believe there's structures in there too, and they did their best to block it out. There's no way a photo would look that trashy. I'm sorry, it just doesn't do that. It doesn't work like that. But again, we bring it out. Look at the difference. Basically nothing in the photo to much, much more structural, higher structures than others. And I can see that plain as day. In fact, I saw this to begin with in the back, this square one. I could see like the shadowing or the dark, whatever the heck they put over this. What caught my eye is the white that's behind it right here. You can see this area as well as this area right here. Now you're going to see it's going to come up to this white piece right here. But the white is actually underneath the centering. You can see the blurring. This is where I cut through trying to bring the white out. This is what you're seeing. It's more noticeable now as far as blurring and manipulation and trying to take this stuff out of the photo. Bring it up higher. Again, look at the shapes inside behind this blurring, and you can see that. In fact, I'll do this and just go right into the raw part of this photo. I'm going to go to the white part of it. And you can see that a little bit better. Here. These objects right here. Right there. Let's see if we can bring this up even brighter. This is without doing anything to the photo. Now we're going to bring the background way up. But check this object out right now in this circle, or the top circle. You can see that. See that? You can see underneath the blur. Same thing with here in the bottom circle. See that? Bring it way out. Back it up just a little bit. You don't have to do anything to the photo, really, folks. You can bring this stuff out. It's literally right there in the photo. And there you go, folks. Folks, we've looked at plenty of photos of Antarctica, and we see nothing but structures. Very large structures. And, of course, there's a bunch of them together. As I said earlier, is it us, thousands of years ago, that built this? Or before we became intelligent human beings, was there some other civilization living here on Earth? I don't know. Pure speculation. The fact is there are structures there in Antarctica. There are some crazy things that they're trying to hide. Somehow these photos leaked out. Now, I couldn't find it. Doesn't mean it's not on the internet, but I'm sure it is on there. And if it's not, that's even wilder because it's not meant to be seen. Somebody had to have passed that photo over to somebody. Because think about this a minute. If it's strictly too military, then they wouldn't go out of their way to censor it or manipulate the photo in any way, shape, or form. Maybe after it was seen by the top brass, if you will, maybe they just said, you know what? We don't care that it gets thrown out to the public at some point. Go ahead and just censor it out. Oh, because clearly you can see that photo's a mess. There's just no way around it. It's an absolute piece of garbage as far as I'm concerned. But we were able to bring out, in my opinion, definitely structures. As always, folks, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Please like and share the video. It is always appreciated. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Folks, I do have more coming up, and we will start some more podcasts. I'm just trying to get my weekends cleared out so we can do this, and we can have more time to do it. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Always appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.